with humans, and I guess at the beginning he appears to be wanting to go home through a portal.
Yes.
And then he has this, I guess you might call a love affair with this woman.
Yes.
And that, I hope that's okay that I kind of say that.
Yes. Yes, it's fine.
What, okay. And that interaction does something very interesting. So
Yes.
I'll let you kind of talk about that from here, but is it, I'm kind of curious because I didn't obviously know about your connection to Simon Parkes and what you might have picked up there, but
yep.
I know Simon. And so of course he is, or was a counselor, what's called a counselor in England, a political office where you're voted in. And he was actually doing that for many years. And he announced at one point to the public that he felt he had a reptilian father and a mantid mother. And eventually he sort of became more oriented towards the mantids in the process. But, and I'm not sure what his relationship is to the, reptilians at this point, but that's still probably a factor in his background anyway. And so now I'm curious whether, did you make your character, like, was it based on that? Because he doesn't actually say anything like that, right? He doesn't. So what was your thought?
It wasn't based on Simon Parkes.
Okay.
But just the ideas and his ideas about the reptilians and the things he said about humanity and the interference with our DNA thousands of years ago, and how we sort of all carry that two poles within us, the yearning for freedom but being enslaved by a system. And so the character, the hybrid alien, was sort of a metaphor for our struggle for freedom and authenticity in a world that's trying to control us and stop us from doing that.
Okay. Now, let's see. So you said you made a few films before this, and this is relatively recently that you made this film, I assume. Yeah.
Yes. It was shot in 2018, and we only finished it last year. Yeah.
And it's, I've made a film, and I've made a lot of documentaries as well, but quite an undertaking. I shot a short fiction film. I was in UCLA short fiction film program. So I guess my bio. So and so fascinating thing to do is to do a film, but extremely I don't know, intense, daunting, even can be very physically exhausting, the actual shooting of it, and then editing, a whole nother ball game. So what were your roles? What roles did you do?
I pretty much did everything. I wrote, directed, edited. The only thing I didn't do was the photography, which I had a friend from film school do that. He was very good.
Kudos
and
to
the sound.
him. Yeah, kudos to him.
Yeah,
I really like.
It was his first film as well, so it was amazing what he was able to do. And we shot on a DSLR, and it was all handheld. He just thought he would be better off just using his hands instead of a Steadicam. So yeah, it was quite amazing.
Lovely.
But I also had to step into two roles in the film because some actors dropped out. We always have those problems.
Yeah, I was wondering if I hadn't seen you in the film.
Yes.
I wasn't sure. I don't know.
I had to jump there because there was an emergency, so we were kind of on the run with everything. So yeah.